round 4 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship right here at Hyderabad City. All the teams are here, and what is very exciting is the qualifying is done and Mitch Evans from the Jaguar TCS racing team is on pole position. But before we dive into the results, let's first take a look at how all of this began. India returned on the global map for a motorsport event after a decade since Formula One exited the country, and boy were we excited. Formula E is the world's first all-electric racing championship that brings wheel-to-wheel racing action to city centres. And one of the 3 new venues for Season 9 this year was the Hyderabad Street Circuit.
It has been only 18 months since the first conversation that we had originally with KTR, and frankly, I have to say that this is going to be a massive success tomorrow. We're going to have more than 25,000 people. This is going to be broadcasted for more than 165 countries in the world, and hopefully more than 50 million people will be watching the racing from home, but they will be having a look at this beautiful city of Hyderabad.
While 11 teams with big-ticket manufacturers like McLaren, Maserati, Porsche, Nissan were competing in Season 9 of the Formula E Championship, 2 teams with a strong Indian connect making headlines in India were Mahindra Racing and the Jaguar TCS racing team.
We are proud to come here as a Mahindra team. You wear the color of a manufacturer who is so strong in the country and so much history behind. So, yeah, you know that there is something to deliver which is very special.
It's a big race for us as a team. Obviously, with the TCS partnership, being our title partner, we have a big fan base here. So, the first race for Formula E in India it's going to be a special moment.
It's not like Formula One, that you have 3 teams fighting for the lead, and you know that those teams are going to be first, second, third, regardless of what happens. Formula E, you can be first one day, it can be last the other day. We're trying the best we can, but it's always this fine edge that we are working on.
It's a home race, and we can't underestimate the competition though. We have an incredibly competitive championship here in Formula E, incredible car manufacturers, teams, and drivers. So we prepare every weekend with a goal, absolutely, to taste champagne, as we say, to take the top step of the podium, and that's going to be our focus coming to this weekend.
Once on track, the 2.83-kilometre street circuit, built alongside the scenic Hussain Sagar Lake, with 18 corners, some of them incredibly fast, was all the drivers could speak of.
It's one of my favourites, what I've driven on this simulator. Hopefully it transfers into real life as well, but the circuit has a really good flow. It's got some good braking zones, so hopefully the overtaking opportunities are good.
I think we will probably see the most overtaking we saw in the 3 events so far, so we're expecting to see a bit more overtaking in Mexico and Diriyah.
In terms of track layout, it's honestly, I think, going to be one of the best. Like, most street circuits are very stop-start, but this one is quite fast and flowing as well. Like, some nice camber, the surface is smooth, so I think it's going to be good.
The Gen3 Formula E cars weigh under 1,000 kilos, house a 51 kilowatt-hour battery pack and a powertrain capable of producing 350 kilowatt of power. These race cars are capable of touching maximum speed of 320 kilometers per hour, and the drivers can recharge the batteries while racing through regenerative braking.
Everybody says that the car is 40% efficient in terms of energy recuperation. It's a lie. The car is 93% efficient. The 40% takes into account all the energy during the whole race. But if you look at the braking, so if imagine you are accelerating and then there is a red light and you stop the car, it recovers 93% of the energy back. So this is an incredible number. It's like nothing in the planet is anything close to this. If this was the case in every road vehicle, we would have needed maybe half of the battery on them to have the same range in the cities.
While everyone is frantically trying their very best to prepare the cars for the Formula E race right here in Hyderabad, there is one team that comes in as leaders in the team as well as the driver standings, and that is the Tag Heuer Porsche team. We're here to talk to the driver, Pascal Wehrlein. Pascal, you guys have had a crackling starter. The last 2 races you won, and are you planning to make this a hat-trick this weekend?
For sure, yeah, we're trying hard. So new track, new challenge, first time here, and obviously with all the success in the last couple of races, we want more of that.
Unlike Formula 1, where qualifying and race day are split by a day, Formula E runs the qualifying session and race on the very same day. Over 25,000 spectators, including the who's who from the film industry and other sporting communities, had flown in from various parts of the country to get a glimpse of the all-electric era of motor racing. After many drivers received a series of penalties for exceeding track limits, Jaguar TCS racing driver Mitch Evans landed a pole for the inaugural Indian E-Prix.
After a 10-year absence, as you know, after Formula 1 went away, we have a World Championship event, and which seems to be quite buzzing and happening. So it's quite nice to be here. Yeah.
It's lovely to have a World Championship event back in India. Certainly, I think the city of Hyderabad is very excited about it. From the airport, I saw billboards and signs, and I went for dinner a couple of nights and saw people in hotels who have flown in from other parts of the country. I believe every hotel room in the city is booked up. So yeah, hats off to the Telangana government and Greenco and everybody involved, because I think the track looks great. I drove it this morning in the Gen3 Formula E car. I did some laps to try and just get a feel of it, and they've done a great job.
It's a dream come true, right? Because I've always wanted to have a race in India. It's been a burning desire, and I'm happy when I came a year and a half ago to meet the government of Telangana and talk to them, and they were very receptive to this idea. And literally in 13 months, I had my first meeting. We're having this race here. It's a great day for me.
It's good to be able to expand the horizons of Formula E, and also for everybody over here to be able to see an event like this. India is such a big country. There's obviously a very high level of tech that is growing very fast over here. So I think it has a lot to do with Formula E. So I'm glad they came over here.
The race saw a constant change of lead through the 33 laps, with pole sitter Mitch Evans losing track position after a miscalculated strategy call, and later having his race cut short as a result of an unfortunate shunt caused by his teammate, one that took both Jaguar TCS cars out of any points contention. Halfway through the race distance, it was all about conserving energy and using recuperated energy to attack for new position, and that's when we saw Mahindra racing drivers briefly climb up the order in 4th and 8th position. At the end of the exciting 33 laps, Jean-Eric Verne, driving for DS Penske team, held on to the lead with barely 0.2% energy left in his race car from Nick Cassidy, who showed incredible pace and consistency in his Envision racing car, while his teammate Sebastian Buemi's penalty meant an unexpected podium place for Porsche driver Antonio Felix da Costa.
It's nice to come back to India. It's been many years, and it treated me quite well to come here. So I'm quite happy. I hope we can come back.
Look, huge thanks to my guys, because I had a great car today. I was extremely fortunate as well. I feel really bad for the rest of our team, Jaguar included, because quite clearly I think this year we have a very strong car in the race.
It's been a tricky start to the year, and we got a little bit lucky with Sebastian picking up that penalty at the end. Nonetheless, a race going forward, that's always a good feeling.
India's very first race with Formula E, as you can see, was a major success. The race itself delivered on all counts of excitement. We would have liked to see Mahindra Racing or the Jaguar TCS racing drivers end up on podium to double up the celebration. Nonetheless, the fact that this sport is so unpredictable is what adds to the excitement of it. We are totally hooked.